2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead.
If you've been scrolling through YouTube or TikTok lately, chances are you've seen those words somewhere. And even if mukbangs aren't your thing, you've probably noticed Nikocado Avocado's shocking transformation. Or, more accurately, the disappearance of his massive frame. He's down 250 pounds, and absolutely no one saw that coming. Apparently, this was all part of his plan, a social experiment, as he calls it. But was it really? To find out, we need to rewind, back to where it all began. Back before the chaos, before the controversy, before Nikocado became the avocado. His story begins far from the chaotic food binges and emotional breakdowns we see today. In fact, when he first joined YouTube in 2014, his focus was completely different, playing violin and sharing vegan recipes. His early videos show a calm, soft-spoken side of him, almost unrecognizable compared to the Nikocado we know today. He would upload videos of himself playing classical tunes on violin and cooking up healthy vegan recipes.
Ooh, it smells nice. Now, yes, I have a fork instead of chopsticks because I'm very bad at using chopsticks, and I don't even own chopsticks, and...
The content was simple, straightforward, and it attracted a small but dedicated audience. However, it wasn't enough. Nick wanted more. Not just more views, but more attention. That hunger for recognition went beyond his diet. It pushed him to reconsider everything about his channel. And that's when the first cracks started showing in Nikocado's persona. Around the same time, he was also getting tired of the toxic and restricting culture surrounding the vegan community. This frustration became obvious in his videos.
Why do vegans have to make everything about veganism? Why? It's crazy, you know, the vegans are the worst sometimes.
So, he did something that no one would have expected. He ditched veganism and dove headfirst into the mukbang rabbit hole. And it was a massive success from the very start. His first mukbang video got 50,000 views within just a few weeks. It was more than he had ever imagined, and it left everyone asking one question: when's the next mukbang? That was it. Nikocado Avocado had finally hit the right chord. After 3 long years on YouTube, Nicholas was finally getting the attention he had always craved. And from that point on, his content only got crazier. The more he ate, the more views and attention he got. Soon, his channel centered on outrageous food challenges, over-the-top mukbangs, and of course, the infamous mental breakdowns. All of which brought in millions of views. But the real reason behind Nick's constant need for attention was far more sad. His hunger for validation started long before YouTube, back in his childhood. Even as a young kid, Nick craved validation so intensely that he was already in therapy by the age of 5.
Yeah, I was in and out of therapy since I was like 5.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, why were you in therapy in the first place?
Behavioral issues, so I would like want attention.
But what he was about to realize next would change everything. Nick discovered that controversy and scandal were the quickest paths to success, and things started spiraling fast. And then the real turning point came. In 2018, PewDiePie mentioned Nick for the first time. PewDiePie's video racked up 17 million views, meaning 17 million more people were suddenly exposed to Nick's content. Nick knew he'd hit the jackpot and jumped on the opportunity right away.
And it's also an honor that the biggest YouTuber on YouTube is talking about me. It's like, wow, I mean, good or bad, PewDiePie is the man.
This new version of him fully embraced the chaos. He started lashing out and picking fights with big YouTubers like PewDiePie and Penguin Zero, all in a relentless bid to stay relevant.
So the title of his video is called I Hate Mukbang. Well, listen here, you English London person. I identify as mukbang. You are making a personal attack on me just by your title. You should hold your head in shame.
And when Penguin Zero made a video about him, Nick's response took drama to an entirely new level.
for encouraging it, and he's absolutely right. Nikocado Avocado didn't start as this kind of channel. Even 4 years ago, 2017, so 4 years ago now, he was a very healthy person. This is what he used to look like in 2017. He seemed to be pretty mentally, sound. He wasn't breaking down on camera all the time and going wild and crazy from what I remember. He was even extremely good at an instrument. I think it was the violin, if I remember correctly. He was
extremely good or still is extremely good.
Every scandal, every meltdown, every outrageous reaction seemed like part of a calculated plan. These incidents didn't just bring in his fans, they also pulled in trolls and haters, fueling the algorithm that thrives on drama. But was it all really part of the plan, or was Nick spiraling out of control? Because over time, even his fans began to wonder if he was just playing a character who would do anything for views, or if he had really lost his mind.
Here comes the bride. Ooh. Sheeps.
I'm making anything fall.
The truth is, Nick played his role so well that it became hard to distinguish between the act and his real personality. And it soon became clear that everything about Nikocado's life, even his relationship, was up for sale. Because for over a year, he posted more than 150 videos from his marriage drama alone. Everything from dramatic mukbangs, public blow-ups with his partner, severe meltdowns, feud with other creators, and backlash from fans was geared towards one single goal: to stay in the spotlight by any means necessary. No matter where you went, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, there he was, dominating every platform with his larger-than-life antics. But despite all the attention, Nikocado wasn't admired for it. In fact, the more showy he became, the more he got mocked and ridiculed by the internet. Don't be fooled, Nick most definitely bagged millions of views across his multiple channels, but it all came at a cost: overwhelming hate. His comment sections got flooded with an endless stream of hate messages. He was repeatedly talked about in Reddit threads, and he stayed a popular topic for other YouTube creators who used him to conjure up views. Maybe even us. Nick reached such a level of notoriety that even edgy creators like Meat Canyon couldn't resist taking a jab.
Oh my gosh, I'm out of food! And it's your fault! Ooh, look at this though. That's tasty. And I know all you trolls come to my channel and tell me to eat healthy food.
But living with constant hate and mental strain, even if it comes with the perks of millions of views and virality, isn't easy. How many creators have crashed and burned under the weight of internet fame? YouTubers like Boogie2988 and Joey's World Tour face similar ridicule, becoming the butt of endless jokes. But despite all the attention, their views never took off.
Pick up the trash top list. Pick up 3 pieces of garbage with your lips. This last 5 minutes. Getting the bottle out. He's getting the bottle out.
Oh, there's the bottle.
Drink it! We got the bottle. Drink. Water.
It's one of the worst outcomes for an online career. But somehow, Nikocado Avocado played the game differently. The big question now was, what's next? Fortunately for us, this question would be answered in a video that broke the internet on 7th of September 2024. Nikocado posted a 25-minute video titled 2 Steps Ahead, where he unveiled his drastic 250-pound weight loss and declared it his greatest social experiment. He went on to speak cryptic statements of how he's always been 2 steps ahead.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead.
Claiming that his outrageous behavior was all a part of a grand social experiment.
This has been the greatest social experiment for my entire life.
An intentional performance to expose the internet's fascination with watching people destroy their lives. But how much of it is actually true? For some, it feels like a convenient story he crafted after realizing he was trapped in a cycle of negativity and ridicule.
And I don't like this. I don't like this channel. I don't like what I'm doing with my life. I had goals, I had dreams, and I threw it all away to eat food.
The truth is, people were so distracted by his insanity that they completely overlooked the signs he left along the way. Ever since his first mukbang, Nick had been playing a character so brilliantly that people confused it with his actual personality. Our first sign comes from a 2019 magazine interview, where Nick admitted that his content was unhealthy, and that he planned to only do this for a couple more years. He even released a small disclaimer to his social experiment in February 2022 with the same eerie monologue that recently went viral.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment I've come to know. Certainly the greatest social experiment of my entire life.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment of my entire life.
This video showed that Nicholas Perry was much more than the wild online character he portrayed. But who would have guessed we were all being punked on such a massive scale? A comment under his 2 steps ahead video sums it up brilliantly. We all knew Nick was a talented violinist. We just didn't know he played us like a damn fiddle. But here's where it gets even more wild. The last video on Nick's main channel was posted 7 months ago, where he was over 350 pounds. And the most recent one on his second channel is only 4 months old. Based on this, Nick lost over 250 pounds in merely 3 months. Naturally, rumors started flying that he was using Ozempic, a medical drug that helps with rapid weight loss. Some people even dubbed him the Ozempic final boss. But here's the thing, Nikocado is way smarter than people realize. He's been feeding us pre-recorded mukbang videos while secretly losing weight for 2 years. Hence his statement, the greatest social experiment of his life.
This has been the greatest social experiment of my entire life.
Sure, there were subtle hints along the way. In a 2022 video, he eerily said, "I'm always 2 steps ahead," which only now makes sense.
Hi, I know I'm skinny, you don't have to tell me. I lost 89 pounds. And look at my arms, oh my God. You don't even recognize me, I know. And this is not pre-recorded. Everyone keeps saying you don't post as much anymore. I feel like it's not old.
To sell the story, Nick even worked with other creators to keep the illusion going, pretending he was still miserable and overweight. He also shaved his head so people won't notice him in public. And in his shocking reveal, he called himself the villain, the figure everyone loved to hate. According to Nick, he chose this role just to see how much people would buy into it.
So I am the villain, because I've made myself one. And you will continue to consume these stories about me, year after year after year, for as long as I tell the internet that I am the villain.
He even went as far as calling his fans ants for being fooled by his looks.
I feel as if I'm monitoring ants on an ant farm. One follows another, follows another, follows another.
But let's be real, this villain arc isn't exactly groundbreaking or new in the influencer culture. From YouTube to reality TV, we've seen creators lean into controversy for engagement. The only difference is, Nikocado is the latest to master this strategy. And just recently, he tried to fool everyone again. He called his whole weight loss thing a hoax and claimed that he's still fat.
My life has been a social experiment. Joke's on you. I'm actually really smart. And what was the result of that video? Millions of people believed it. We've all been played by this evil genius. Oh my God. I literally typed up a Batman monologue and read it on camera.
But people aren't buying it anymore. Regardless, one thing is for certain. Nikocado Avocado paid a high price to play the villain. He might be a millionaire, but the toll on his physical and mental health is undeniable. From frequent stomach pains to more serious health problems, Nick's body went through the worst of it, and so we arrive at a new question. Where does Nikocado Avocado go from here? His last few videos have all been mukbangs, just him eating massive amounts of food, but without all the usual chaos and breakdowns. Some people even speculate that his experiment isn't over, and that he might be secretly bulking up again. It's still unclear what road Nikocado will take as the audience's fascination with his transformation starts to fade. So, only time will tell if Nick really stays 2 steps ahead.